We're back on What's Going On. I'm your host, Colin Michael Jobe, with my special guest, Jonathan Hood, Jay Hood. We're talking about your CFL career.
Yes, sir.
And you were telling me about your collegiate career as well. Just before we go further, you're going to talk about your camps and all the stuff that you're into. A lot of really interesting things. When did you realize you wanted to play pro ball for a living?
Well, you know what? I was always into basketball, and I love Michael Jordan and Penny Hardaway.
Oh yeah.
And we used to play ball, and we used to do mock interviews. You know, when you won the championship, how did you feel? We did hold the mic to each other, and so I always practiced being a pro. So when I played football, it was always like, you know what? It's
like second middle to you.
Exactly.
It came natural to you.
Yeah. So you either go big or go home. That's what I live by. So it was. I just felt that I was good enough to play at that level. I always felt that. I never felt like, you know, it's too hard or the road is too long. I just always felt that I was good enough to play. Even when I wasn't playing, I felt I was good enough to play, and I got back in, and I've been playing.
Right, so you had that creative visualization going.
Definitely.
So you had this, so from a little guy, already had it implanted in your head.
Yes, sir.
Wow, wow. And so I guess dreams do come true, huh?
They do. They definitely do. You should always have them. Always have a dream.
Interesting. I'm going to start getting something tomorrow then. That's cool. And when we see football, a lot of times people, they tune in, they watch a game, it's 60 minutes long, and they think, okay, oh well, you know, they have one or two practices, and then the guys just show up, and that's it. And my gut feeling, well, I used to play a little bit of high school ball, as I told you before. You know, as I told you, there's some talent deficiencies there, but. I know there's more to it than what meets the eye.
Right.
What we see on TV and we hear about. And can you elaborate on what it's like? What's it like being a pro ball?
All right, I'll tell you this. The game is the easiest part of the week. Because practice is tough. Practice is what you get paid to. That's what we say. We get paid to practice. When it's game time, it's game time. That's when you get to have fun.
You're on.
Right? But practice time is when you're under constant scrutiny. Everything that you do is film. You're always being critiqued, and and everyone's hard on you because they want to make you the best for that Friday night game or that Saturday afternoon game or that Sunday afternoon game, right? So it's all work during the week. It's not
all glamour and glitz.
No, it's not all glamour and glitz, and the speed and intensity at which we practice at, it puts a huge load on your body. It takes a huge toll on your body, and coupled with the mental aspect of studying film, knowing your opponent, knowing your own plays, and understanding the game and getting better and understanding the philosophies behind the new defenses and the new offenses and calls, it's load. It's very taxing.
Right.
And it's not just you're there from 8 till 1:30. It's a whole, you're there the whole day. You do what you got to do because you want to be the best. You want to win a championship, right? So if that's your passion, nothing will stop you.
Yeah. And I guess it must be tough too. The emotional side of the game as well, when you see your buddies getting cut and stuff like that, because that's a big part of it as well, because the turnover rate's pretty high.
Yeah, it is. And guys come in and out all the time, and you make friends, then you lose friends, and you have absolutely no control over that. You just do the best that you can, and at that level, everyone can play. It's just, are you the right fit for the team at that time, right? And It's tough. It's really tough sometimes because you make a lot of close friends, especially at training camp. But in the end, you
realize it's a business.
Yeah, you have to, or else you'll go crazy.
I can just imagine. Because when you think about it, you know, people don't. The average person probably doesn't pick up on it. But at the end of the year, there's always a couple of coaches getting fired.
Definitely.
Right.
Definitely.
And you think about families and all that, and there's a lot of turmoil because they're moving out of town, wherever. And some guys are moving on to other careers.
Yep.
Right, so they're moving to different phases of their life. So, but it's the thing with sports and entertainment. People always seems so glamorous. It's always so much fun, but they don't really realize. I mean, it's like doing the show. It's not all glamour.
Oh
right?
no,
we're here. We're laughing, we're having some fun. But they don't know. They don't see.
Blood, sweat, and tears, man.
Blood, sweat, and tears.
Sure, I feel for you, bro.
Thanks, man. I appreciate that. I appreciate that, man. But it's it's hard work, but it's also fun as well.
Yeah, definitely.
Good. So you're telling me, you got some camps going as well, and do some motivational speaking.
Yes, sir.
And let's touch on that. But you know what? Let's go back for a split second. When you talked about looking at film and all that kind of stuff, all the work that comes beneath it. Has any of that, can you translate some of that into real life as well?
Into real life?
Yeah, because like can you translate what you learn in sports into real life? Because I always think, I played sports in high school, and I learned a lot from it. People always look, it's just a sport. But I think, you learn communication, you learn cooperation,
right.
You learn self-confidence, self-discipline,
teamwork.
A lot of those things are what we use in the office.
Yes.
A lot of those things are what we use in business. So there's a lot of parallels there.
Definitely.
And a lot of times people miss that in terms of sports. So I think it's healthy for kids to be involved in sports.
Most definitely.
I'm not saying that's all they should do, but I think it helps them to be well-rounded and to touch on all the things we just mentioned a minute ago.
Yeah.
Right? Would you, based on your experience, would you agree or?
I would definitely agree. Sports, one thing, what I spoke about, being able to take criticism, right? Because you're always going to get critiqued. You're always going to get, someone always has something to say. And sometimes people fly off the handle, but sports teach you self-discipline. You got to play within the rules, and you got to play by the rules, or else you'll get ejected. And that's what happens in life.
Right.
There's laws, there are rules, and in any social setting, there are laws and there are rules. And if you don't play by those rules, you get thrown in jail, you'll get fined, whatever, right? Exactly, you're out of the game, right? That's why my company is called Ahead of the Game Training.
I hear you.
Right? You stay in the game of life, or the game of sports, game of football, whatever the game is. So you learn to play within the rules, respect the rules, and you have to respect the authorities, like the umpires, the coaches. There's always a chain of command, just like in business. You've got your bosses, your CEOs, right? And you have to do what you can to make yourself look good in their eyes, while at the same time working as a team member.
Right.
Also, you may be competing with that team member.
Right.
So you might think, oh, it's a dog eat dog. But in reality, at sometimes you're going to have to help out the guy beside you. And your help may excel him above you. Or it may help you because teaching someone else something also reiterates it to yourself. Right. So it might bring you up. So there's a fine line, but you're still working as a team. You're still working for yourself. And you're still working to move up and to find favor in the eyes of those above you. So that's a huge life lesson that you learn in football as well.
So it's not just running up and down the field, tossing the body around, making a few tackles.
Yeah. At the same time, when the lights come on, just like tonight, you got a lot of pressure on you.
It's showtime.
It's showtime. It's go time. Yeah. You got to clear that mind, and everything you learned in that week, you got to put it all together into one.
Cool.
Now, whatever you've got to do, whether it's visualization, prayer, whatever you got to find it
and make it happen.
Make it happen.
I hear you. So you've got some camps going, and tell us what the camps are about and how it came about to begin with.
Well, we have a not-for-profit group called GTA Youth Athletics, and you can check us out online at gtayouthathletics.com. It's run by myself and two of my teammates, Matt Carter and Ryan Hines. We all are from the GTA area.
Oh, okay.
And what we found that growing up, the main difference between Canadian and American players, trained players, like if you've been to an American school, is technique. Like these kids in the States start when they're really young. And they just play, and things are drilled into them over and over and over and over again. And when we were growing up, we weren't given an opportunity to go to a camp where these skills could be drilled into us. So we wanted to give kids that opportunity, and at the same time, we wanted to give to them and build them. So our motto was building better leaders through sport. So we use football, we teach them fundamental skills, and then we tie in an aspect of leadership within it.
So some life skills there.
Definitely.
Cool.
So it's different things. We have teamwork, leadership, accountability, and we grow them as young men into men. We help grow them into men.
And how young do they start off?
Our youngest camper is 10 years old.
Wow.
10 years old, and we go all the way up to high school, and we have some guys going to university or who are in university. Like they'll come and train with us, or we'll get them to coach and be an example for the younger kids. It's all one community, just building each other.
Excellent. Sounds like a good idea.
Yeah, and it's a whole lot of fun.
I bet it is. I bet it is. We're going to take another break, and we'll be right back right here on What's Going On.